Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and this is NC Media, and today we're talking about the Rodecaster Pro. The Rodecaster Pro is one of the best audio interfaces I have personally worked with. I've only worked with like a couple, but anyways, it's very easy, very simple, and also very professional for your setup. So today I made some slides that we're going to go through, and I'm going to also discuss on why I like the Rodecaster Pro, what I use it for, what you can use it for, different features on it, and it's going to be more of like a model kind of review, not necessarily of how to set up your microphone and stuff, but we'll still cover kind of that stuff too. But yeah, you know what's going on. But let's get into these slides and merge on over. So as you can see, the Rodecaster Pro, one of the best audio interfaces on planet Earth. Rode was very genius, and I actually heard about the Rodecaster Pro first through Guy Cochran over at the DVE store. I was picking up something and he invited me to the back. He goes, "Chris, you want to get into podcasting? Check this out." And he showed me this device. He goes, "Yeah, there's like an Aphex on board, which used to be like a separate thing that cost this much, and they built all this stuff into one interface and made it very simple for anyone who wants to podcast." At this time it was podcasting, but you want to use it also for your live streams or anything else like that. But he was sharing with me how game changer this device is because of all the things that are built into it to make it more and more simple and more clean. And I kind of want to discuss all these different features that he kind of discussed with me, but I also just want to show you how easy of a device this is to use. And this device, it's not made just for people who are professionals. It's made for professionals and amateurs. So if you are just getting started, if you just saw this today and you're like, "I want to start a podcast, I've always been interested, but it's really hard," watch the rest of this video. You're going to know how to set this thing up. You're going to know how to use it, and you're going to want to press record today on that podcast button and upload it to whatever platform you desire. So as you can see, there is so many different components that are built into this, and this may look confusing at first. Trust me, I understand that, but let's simplify it for you so that way we all understand exactly what is going on. So on the very front of this board, you're going to see next to the number 4 a USB slider, and that allows you to adjust the volume that you're listening to through the computer, because when you want to use this for, let's say, a Zoom call or anything like that that has to do with listening to what's on the computer, which could be your Zoom, could be a YouTube video, could be a movie, could be whatever other stream that you're on and you're listening to them. You just got to select the audio for your speaker and microphone to be the Rodecaster Pro, but there's plenty of reviews out there and tutorials to learn from that. But what that does, it's a slider that allows you to listen in. So you plug that in from the back into your computer. They have a USB-C to USB-C, and they have a USB-C to USB if you don't necessarily have that. That's my dog. This is probably one of the best features I think there is on the Rodecaster Pro, and that is the micro SD that you can record on deck. You don't have to worry about all these external recording sources if you want to record like your podcast or you want to record your live stream or anything like that. You just take a micro SD card, put it in there in the back, and then on the very front, you'll see a red recording button, and it works almost automatically. There's really no settings that you have to do besides you have to format your card for the Rodecaster Pro, which you'll be able to easily do as a press of a button. It's not that hard at all. Very simple. So let's get back into this. So initially what that left and right does is you're able to take a left and right, so that is like the left ear, left side, right side, whatever you want it to be, to a line in like 1/4 inch stereo kind of cable. And I did something like this recently to where I plugged in the board and I did all this, and I plugged it into the ATEM Mini Extreme on line 1, adjusted it through the ATEM setup, and I was able to use my board and whatever was going into my board to be on the ATEM Mini Extreme. So that way I was able to use all my cameras, put on the whole delay so that way it matches, and use everything from there, because of course the ATEM Mini Extreme doesn't have any audio stuff, so I use the board to help that, to even make it more simple so you don't have to do a audio delay. You could bring it all into like OBS or bring it all into vMix or just record it through Zoom, whatever you want to do. And what I also really love about this is the headphone jack box is built inside to the back, so you don't have to worry about a separate box, because that's just more cords, more plug-in power, more stuff to worry about. This is another really, really, really basic, but also easier thing that's built into here that you don't have to worry about or learn more of. You literally just plug it in, and then on the very front, let's go back to the first slide, and you're able to see all these knobs up here with the little headphone. It's below the T if you're having a hard time finding it, but right below the T there is 4 knobs. There's actually 5 because that's the master out. That's where the left and right will kind of like adjust the volume, or if you plug it into your A10 Mini Extreme, that's kind of where you'll adjust the volume. So we could play with that a little bit later on another video. But yeah, easy as that. You plug in your 3/4 inch to there, and then you have your headphones. You guys are able to easily listen to it, and it's easy. Simple as that. It's plug in and go. This next feature is probably one of my favorite features that I actually learned from this lady named Deanna, because I was wondering, how do I use my podcast setup for live stuff? So let's say I don't have a fancy camera, right? And I want to go live on YouTube or Instagram with my phone, right? Simple as that. I can now do that simply by the smartphone plugin. Yes, there is a TRS in the back to where you're able to plug in your smartphone. Now, TRS, you can't use your mic, but you could listen to whatever's on there, right? So if I want to listen to something off my phone, or if I want to do a phone call and all that stuff, I can still listen to it. But you want the TRRS cable, which is going to be this last slide right here. And I actually have this, and I connected it to a dongle, right? Because I'm an iPhone user, so let's talk from the iPhone side. I got a dongle right here, and I got the same wire right here. And all the links will be down below in the description. So if you want anything that I talk about, they're going to be down below. They are affiliate links, so they help me. It won't cost you extra. It's just there for, me recommending to you guys. A lot of people use it for Clubhouse, the new green room that they have going on for Spotify, but it allows you to use your microphone setup, this Rodecaster Pro setup, to go into your phone device and use it as a microphone, as well as listen to what's coming from here. Recently, I did an event with Marissa over in Las Vegas called Miss Silver State, and she wanted, these PA system and the DJ booth to be heard on stream, and I was confused at first until Nucci, one of the guys that works with me, said, hey, why don't we just get the TRS coming out of the master output of the device that they're using, so that way all the mic, all the music, everything goes through that. So what we did is we plugged that into the back, which is right over here in that smartphone area, and we were able to control that all inside the very front where it shows the smartphone, which is next to the USB. There's a slider. So you could easily adjust the volume on that, which is going to the output, which is going to your final destination on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're streaming to. The final point I want to discuss in today's video is the XLR. Simple as that. Very simple. You plug in any XLR cord into there, into a mic, and you're set up. That is it. And it gets even easier than that. On the very, very front page, let's say you hit 1, 2, 3, or 4, this screen will always pop up first. I believe this should pop up first unless it's your last setting, but normally this will pop up first. It would actually be a setting that you would hit microphone. You have to select what microphone, and then on here there's already built-in presets. This one's a Rode Pod mic, which is what I'm using right now. There's also the Procaster, the Broadcaster, the NT1, the NTA, the EV. Then if you have another mic that isn't anything that's Rode, but it's a dynamic or a condenser mic, there's options for that and options to also edit it. But the beauty of it, if you get the Pod mic, it already has a built-in preset. This is the microphone that I'm using currently. This is the Rode Pod mic. It retails for about $100 at the time of this recording, and it is absolutely amazing. Now, if you're just starting out, this is probably the best mic for you. It's very, very simple to use, very easy. I mean, there's already a preset built in here, so you don't have to worry about it. I would prefer that you take noise gate off in the settings so you can learn how to do that, or just do it yourself. It literally says noise gate, turn on or off. But yeah, this mic is honestly, it is super, super dope for only $100. The next one is going to be the Shure SM7B. This is like the standard of the podcasting space or broadcasting space. Everybody uses this mic. It retails for about $400. So You could buy one of these, or you could buy 4 of these. I mean, it's up to you. It's whatever your budget is. If you already have like 3 others and you have a full podcast, but you only want to spend $400, then I would get 4 of these instead of 1 of these. But if you have the budget and you don't mind spending the money, I would buy 4 of these, or 2, however many are people in your podcast, and also some cloud lifters. You don't need the cloud lifters necessarily. They just help a lot. There's also phantom power built into the Rodecaster Pro, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I would highly recommend, though, a cloud lifter if you can. The next part is going to be the Procaster. This is kind of like a good in-between of the pod mic and the Shure SM7B. It is broadcast standard. It is great. A lot of people use it. But like I said, what's your main goal? Are you doing voice acting that you cannot have any kind of weird sounds to you? Do you have to sound like how other people sound? All that stuff. If it doesn't really matter, it's just basically like preference for yourself, I would definitely say start off with not that one, but the pod mic, because it's so easy to use and it's fun. I like it. The last thing I'm going to discuss today is going to be these sound panels. Yes, there's built-in sound panels. I'm about to play one of them right now. It's going to be this one. You know, it's cool. Cheering. Some Tweety birds. Some cool sounds. So what these do, it's really easy to use. You just plug it in, you download the Rodecaster Pro app, and you could literally just drag and drop sound. So if you want to record something like how I'm doing now and I don't want to like really edit it too much, or if you're doing a live show and you want to play your intro music or your outro music or funny sound effects if someone says something, or random quotes that are kind of funny or that are serious, or pre-audio, whatever, drag and drop. It's as easy as that. You could drag it, drop it, and there is 8 buttons on the front, right? But you could actually add 16 different sounds. All you have to do is look into it, but there's 2 pages for it, and you can also change that inside the Rodecaster Pro interface. You'll see it on the very front, but it's very easy to use. I know I keep saying that, I keep repeating myself, but I love this interface. I love this mixer, and I ride with this mixer until the next one comes out. And Rode, if you are listening to this, if you could get any input from myself or anyone else out there, I think it would be dope for people that are kind of like scaling at a higher level, or people who just have more people, add 6 to 8 XLRs, so that way there's like more space, because XLR could be used for many things like music and microphones and all that stuff, like guitars, pianos, etc. And maybe even add like the 3/4 inch like in the middle, so that way if I do want to plug in like a guitar or something like that, I think that'd be dope if that's possible. That'd be super cool. I mean, I don't play the guitar, but I know there's a lot of music people out there that might want that option, because I know that some mixers do have the option to put in like that 3/4 inch kind of giant cable, or the XLR cable. I don't know too much about the music scene, so I might sound like out of place here, which I very well am, but I know a lot of people have mentioned something like that. It would be very, very cool if you guys had a portability with the Rodecaster Pro. So right now I'm using the Prismatic Spectra ring light, and there's batteries on the very, very back. And this battery, it allows you to bring this thing mobile. So as long as I plug in 2 batteries, it lasts for like 5 to 6 to 8 hours. And I think that would be such a key part in the Rodecaster Pro, because that way people can bring these to like events. And let's say the power goes out, then it's always saved. It's always there. You don't have to worry about anything else. So it's more of like a security purpose. Probably not that big of a deal, because it's built for probably in studio, not for traveling or anything like that. But I think it'd be dope if you guys had some sort of like wireless, or you don't have to plug it into a wall or something like that. I don't know, just throwing ideas out there. But thank you guys so much for listening. I hope this video helped you kind of get talked into buying it. And there, like I said, this video isn't a tutorial. It's just more of reasons why you should buy it and things that I like about it, what I use it for, and all that stuff. But once you do buy it, or before you buy it, look up some tutorials. It's very easy to set up, very easy to use. Don't overcomplicate it. And that's pretty much all I got to say right now. But I love the Rodecaster Pro. The links are down below in the description. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, morning, night, wherever it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys in the next video.